Welcome to the F-Bound Podcast. I'm your host, Shannon Schroeder, Executive Function Coach. I help neurodivergent women learn tips and strategies to improve the life skills that will help them be successful. How to refocus and stay on track when distractions take over. It happens to all of us. You start with the best intentions, ready to focus and tackle whatever's in front of you. Then, before you even realize it, your attention drifts. Maybe it's the endless scroll on your phone, a stray thought that turned into a 20-minute Google search, or the sheer mental exhaustion of trying to keep up. Distractions come easy. Getting back on track doesn't. The good news is that you don't have to be stuck. Refocusing after you've been thrown off course is a skill you can learn, especially if staying focused has always been difficult. Whether interruptions hit you harder because of a neurodivergent mind or just the constant noise of life, you'll find real practical strategies here to help you reset and regain control. Recognizing the causes of your distraction. Before you can tackle distractions, you need to understand what's throwing you off course in the first place. Distractions aren't random. They're often the result of internal struggles or external circumstances that demand your attention, sometimes subtly, other times with overwhelming force. Identifying internal triggers. Your brain's own state can sometimes be your biggest hurdle. If you're feeling mentally fatigued, overstimulated, or stuck in hyperfocus, all these things can scatter your ability to concentrate. Here's how to spot the signs. Mental fatigue. Ever notice how tasks feel heavier after a long day or even just a long hour? Your brain's energy is like your phone battery. It doesn't last forever. Fatigue can sneak in, prioritizing rest over productivity. When your mental reserves are low, focus becomes a constant battle. Watch out for unproductive scrolling or zoning out as indicators you're drained. Overstimulation. Being bombarded by sound, light, or just too much on your to-do list can leave you feeling frazzled and ineffective. For neurodivergent minds, sensory overload can steal your focus entirely. Learn to recognize when ordinary tasks or environments start to feel overwhelming. Hyperfocus. Yes, hyperfocus can be a distraction, especially if it locks you into tasks that aren't your priority. Imagine spending hours on organizing your email folders instead of the project with the actual deadline. You're so tuned into one thing that the bigger picture disappears. It's important to pay attention to how you feel physically and emotionally, then connect the dots when you notice recurring triggers. Understanding your external environment. The environment you're working in can play a massive role in how well you concentrate. Factors such as noise, clutter, and constant interruptions can blow your focus. Noise. Whether it's a humming air conditioner or the neighbor's incessant lawn mowing, background noise can chip away at your focus. In noisier settings, it's easier for your mind to stay on edge, prioritizing the sounds over the task. If this feels like an issue, soundproofing tools or even something as simple as noise-canceling headphones can help. Clutter. It's not just about physical mess, it's about how the mess makes you feel. A cluttered desk doesn't just limit physical space, it crowds your mental space too. Your brain struggles to focus when too many items compete for its attention. Declutter regularly and try creating an environment set up solely for focus. Interruptions. It could be a barking dog, a notification pinging your phone, or someone knocking on the door every 10 minutes. Interruptions force your brain to constantly recalibrate and shift focus back to the task. Frequent task switching eats up precious energy and makes it harder to regain rhythm. Try muting your notifications or setting clear boundaries if you're in work mode. Take a moment to assess your environment honestly. Is your workspace helping you or making things harder? Even small tweaks can make a huge difference. Immediate steps to regain focus after being distracted. Distractions happen to the best of us, but what you do in the next moments can make all the difference. Whether it's a notification that pulled you into the social media rabbit hole or your own wandering thoughts, you have the power to reset and refocus quickly. Pause and reset your mind. Before jumping back into work, you need to hit pause. This might seem counterproductive, but rushing to refocus without a mental reset can leave you frazzled and unfocused. Think of your brain like a snow globe. Shaking it sends everything swirling. A pause allows the snow to settle so you can see clearly again. Here are some quick techniques to calm your mind. Deep breathing. Just a few intentional breaths can shift your nervous system from stress to calm mode. A simple exercise is to breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 4, and exhale for 6 counts. Mindfulness practice. Even a few seconds of mindfulness can help. Close your eyes, focus your breath, or notice the sounds around you. This centers you in the present. Stretch or step away. Sometimes a small physical reset like standing up, stretching, or taking a brief walk helps refresh your mind. Movement clears mental clutter, just like a breeze clearing out cobwebs. Your goal here isn't to solve every problem, it's to give your mind the space to stop spiraling. A calm mind is far more capable of refocusing and tackling tasks with clarity. Revisit your original intention. Once your mind is calmer, it's time to recall what you were doing before the distraction hit. Instead of sitting there lost, get back on the right path. Start with these steps. Ask yourself questions. What task was I working on? Where did I stop? Asking direct questions can mentally anchor you back to your original goal. Write it down. If your mind feels scattered, jot down the task and the next immediate step. For example, instead of a vague finish report, write down review data in section 2. This concreteness helps build momentum. Set a short timer. Try a timer technique like the Pomodoro method, where you focus for 25 minutes and then take a break. It removes the pressure of needing to do everything all at once. Just focus on the current stretch of work. Remember, it's okay if it takes a little time to get back in the zone. The point is to acknowledge you've been distracted and take active steps to regain focus. Each small step you take builds momentum and confidence. Building sustainable habits to minimize distractions. Getting back on track after distractions isn't just about the quick fixes. It's about setting up your life so distractions lose their grip on you in the first place. This is where sustainable habits come in. Time blocking and structured routines. When you're battling distractions, time blocking can be transformative. It's about giving every task its own dedicated space, so you know exactly what you're supposed to do and when. Why does this work? Because it limits empty, unstructured time, the breeding ground for distraction. When each block of your day is assigned a purpose, your brain has fewer opportunities to wander. You're training it to focus, not guess. Here's how to start implementing time blocking effectively. Divide your day into blocks. Identify key segments of your day, morning, mid-morning, afternoon, etc., and assign each block a specific task or group of related tasks. For example, dedicate mornings to deep focus work and afternoons to meetings or lighter tasks. Prioritize non-negotiables. Start with the most important tasks. Tackling high-energy activities first ensures they're done when your focus is strongest. Include breaks. Overworking leads to mental burnout, which makes distractions more tempting. Use the tried and true methods like the Pomodoro technique for short bursts of work alternated with breaks. Make it flexible, not a rigid schedule. If something unexpected pops up, adjust your times but keep the structure intact. Regularly review and tweak your schedule until it works seamlessly with your personal rhythm. Noise-canceling headphones and focus aids. Sometimes the simplest solutions are the most effective. A good pair of noise-canceling headphones can block out external distractions and create an auditory bubble for concentration. Combine them with focus-enhancing playlists or white noise apps to maintain a consistent work environment. Look into resources like Focus at Will or other tools that align with productivity goals. Leaning on support and understanding. When distractions spiral out of control, getting back on track can feel impossible, but seeking support and creating an environment that prioritizes focus doesn't make you weak, it makes you resourceful. Communicating your needs to others. Sometimes distractions aren't just about what's happening in your head. They're linked to the expectations of those around you. When partners, coworkers, or even well-meaning friends interrupt your workflow, it's essential to communicate your focus challenges in a clear and compassionate way. Imagine trying to assemble a puzzle, but someone keeps removing the pieces. That's exactly what distractions feel like. It's beyond frustrating. Here's how you can address this with the people in your life. Be honest and specific. Share how distractions impact your work. For instance, I need uninterrupted blocks of time in the morning because that's when I think most clearly. Using tangible examples makes your needs easier to understand. Set clear boundaries. Boundaries are not walls, they're guidelines. Politely let others know when you're in the zone. A simple statement like, I'll be available after 3 p.m., but I need time beforehand to focus, can set this tone without sounding confrontational. Invite collaboration when needed. Accountability can be a game changer. Share your goals with others who can support and respect them. A trusted friend or colleague can help you stay on track rather than pull you away. When communication is framed positively, it not only reduces distractions, but fosters better relationships. People can't support you unless they understand what's going on, so don't be afraid to speak up. Creating a safe space for productivity. Your environment can either work for you or against you. Whether you're sensitive to noise, light, or even clutter, shaping a space that aligns with your sensory needs is a powerful way to reclaim focus. Here's how to create a space that boosts productivity. Declutter with intention. A messy space can overwhelm the brain. Keep your work area clean and remove non-essential items. Daily 5-minute tidying sessions can make a huge difference. Incorporate sensory supports. If noise disrupts your focus, invest in noise-canceling headphones. If you're sensitive to lighting, use warm desk lamps or position your workspace near natural light. Tools like focus playlists or white noise apps can create a calm cocoon for deep work. Define your work zone. Whether it's a specific corner of your house or just a desk that only does work, having a designated area creates a mental association with focus. Personalize for comfort. Add objects that bring calm or inspire creativity. A favorite plant, soothing colors, or stress relief tools like a fidget cube can keep you anchored. Limit access during focus time. Physical barriers like a closed door or visual cues like a do not disturb sign can alert others not to interrupt. Remote workers could also consider apps designed to block alerts temporarily. By curating a space tailored to your needs, you're creating a place for productive energy. Refocusing after distractions isn't about being perfect. You're never going to totally remove distractions from your life. It's about developing strategies that work for you and sticking with them. By understanding what pulls you off course, whether it's internal triggers, environmental issues, or interruptions, you can take deliberate steps to regain control. Be patient with yourself. Building focus is a process, not an overnight fix. Give yourself room to experiment with these techniques and don't hesitate to tweak what doesn't feel right. What's one change you can try today to make distractions less daunting? Take that step and see where it leads. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the F-Bomb podcast. Thank you for listening. Remember to subscribe below and check out my show notes to learn more about my Facebook group, courses, and membership.